This episode is brought to you by Tractor Supply's Hometown Heroes program. Go check out all their benefits, including special discounts on hero holidays at tractorsupply.com/hometownheroes. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the Team Never Quit podcast. As always, thank you guys so much for listening and watching. And please, if you're watching this show, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button wherever you are seeing this. So today, before we get to our very special guest, let's dive into our weekly Patreon question. And this week we've got, who's your favorite celebrity?
That's a hard one.
That is such a hard question.
I mean, my favorite celebrity that I like to watch on movies would probably be Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, I agree with that with you.
I love her.
Huge Sandra Bullock fan.
Yeah, everything that she's in.
Who's not?
Yeah. So she's my favorite celebrity that I like to watch.
What do you got?
Steven Skull keeps jumping in front of my mind.
He's good too.
I just remember those movies as a kid.
That's the first one that popped in your head?
That was just the first guy who came to mind. And I'm like...
What about you?
I think this one might be fresh in my mind just because I just watched one of his movies, but Leonardo DiCaprio always puts on a great show.
Yeah, he's straight up.
I mean, from top to bottom, all of his movies just
He gets
hit.
better too.
Yeah.
As he goes along, his character development and everything, he does really well with his movies. I'm a big fan of his too. Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Mark Wahlberg. I mean, I feel like that's a no-brainer. Right?
Yeah, I know you were going to say that one.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much everyone knew I was going to go with that one.
I have to throw in one more, just like favorite celebrity that is just an amazing human being that we absolutely love in this household is The Rock.
Yeah, he's great.
He's great.
Is so, like, just, I don't know, a lot of our listeners also follow Marcus on Instagram. Marcus came across a local kid that had his fishing gear stolen.
I remember that video.
And Marcus...
Dwayne stepped up.
He totally stepped up. We didn't reach out to him and ask him to do this. He offered to call in to Bass Pro, do a credit at the store for the kid to go
He's a great human
shopping.
being.
I mean,
Oh my God.
who has the time for that? Like, he would never think that he would, number one, even be looking at anybody else's Instagrams, and number two, have the time and just the generosity
Great freaking dude, man.
to do that for somebody that
That's
he...
incredible.
He is.
We didn't even know the kid personally. We were just helping him out. So that's one tiny story of a million that he is just always looking out to be a good human.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a huge Samuel L. Jackson and Denzel fan too.
Denzel.
You know, when those two are on, and then Kurt Russell and Jeff Bridges, there's something rolling across my radar. I mean, huge Samuel L. Jackson fan.
Yeah.
And Denzel. That sucker teach you a lot too, man. He puts a lot of wisdom out on the net.
Yeah, he does. He does has a lot of motivational
stuff.
Yeah.
Every morning when I get up, I crank those on the TV, man. He's running through there. So it's that's a good question, man. All right, brother. Thanks for doing this, man.
Yeah, no problem.
So the way we like to do this is like to get a little bit about your backstory and how you wound up here on the couch. So with that being said, man, let's back this up a little bit. Where are you from? Where were you born?
Originally from Illinois, Central Illinois.
Whereabouts?
Central Champaign-Urbana. Like, it's a small town outside Champaign, a small town called Potomac of like 900 people. You wouldn't know.
Real small.
Real small. And I was in the country of that. I lived outside of that little town. So...
Wow.
Really small. I grew up on a small farm, middle, lower class working parents,
You got any brothers or sisters?
2 of them. I got an older brother who's 6 years older than me and a younger brother who's 14 months younger than me.
What about mom and dad?
Dad's passed away back in 2016, cancer, and mom's still here. Mom recently retired and moved down here, actually with my younger brother who took a job in Kentucky. To be closer to me and our grandkids now, because my younger brother has a kid now too, and I have a kid, so she came down.
Do the grandma thing.
Yeah, she's loving the grandma thing.
What you got military history?
Nope. My grandpa was.
And World War II?
No, he was. He didn't deploy to Vietnam. It was the Vietnam era, or right before it. He
Okay.
got out. He did his 4 years after he got out because he was going to get sent to Vietnam or something. I know he didn't go to Vietnam or World War II.
Army guy, Navy?
Army.
Yeah, Jack.
Yep, he was Army.
What'd he do?
He was artillery.
Right on.
Yep. And so he did because he knew he was going to get drafted. He thought he would. Didn't. Or didn't go when he joined. Did his 4 years, got out.
So your brother, he military?
Nope.
So how'd you get it?
So
What? This is my favorite story with guys our age. It was like, what got you? And how did you pick the Green Berets? That's what I want to know.
Well, funny story. So I was looked up to my grandpa. You know, he was like different as far as like he didn't see color. He didn't see, you know, from his generation, you could tell.
Oh, he's just a good dude.
Just a good dude. Worked his butt off, you know, second shift his whole life providing for his family. General Motors, 25 years retired. You know, like my dad, same way, shake your hand, you know, like that's what it means. Like he was just that cut from different cloth, especially for his generation. Like he didn't care. He just, if you were a good person, I liked you. And so he really, you know, I'd always looked up to that. And then I figured I would end up going to the military at some point. When I was really young, though, a SEAL, one of my dad's buddies, who was a SEAL, came back home. And he came into our house, and he's sitting there talking to my dad. I'm like, this dude is just yoked. Like, I'm like, who is this guy? Kind of find out he wasn't a real SEAL. But he said he was.
You know, our phonies, they come up with better stories than we do. And
I'm like 6 or 7, so I believe whatever I can overhear, you know. But
call us cheerleaders.
I'm glad he did what he did. You know, because I was like, who's this guy? What's he do? And so I was like, man, I'm going to go be a Navy SEAL. And I just fell in love with that, you know, all the movies, Steven Skull, you know, Jean-Claude Van Damme, all those movies. And I was very competitive in sports, and it was just one thing after another.
You know, Seagal and Van Damme got kind of a bad rap lately, man. But those are the guys that got me into it as well. Like that growing up with those movies, I thought they had great movies.
Oh,
man.
yeah. Steven Skull's still at it, and maybe we should cut off some of his movies now. I don't know. I scrolled across one the other day, and I'm like,
There's hundreds.
there's a lot.
He's still at it.
Like, he's actively producing special operator movies today.
Every day. It's like he spits one out a week.
Still doing it.
I'm still a Van Damme fan. And Seagal. I'll still watch Out for Justice, Above the Law, Marked for Death, those good ones. And then Bloodsport's a classic.
Yep. But if you start looking at the ones now, like,
I guess we just got older. Because I think, you know what I mean? Because I was enamored with that whole crew, man.
Yeah.
What is Stallone? Did you like Rambo?
Yep, Rambo, all the Rambo, Stallone.
Hey, he's still making those, and they're still freaking good.
He is.
Stallone's the man, dude.
he's-
That sucker can put some stuff out.
Not human. He's,
Not, right?
The way he looks. Like, what? Dude,
What are you?
What are you? Because you have not changed a bit since your 20s. Like, it's crazy. He's still jacked.
I believe him when he's in there. When he's doing those.
Right.
Like from how he looked from Rambo and the way he aged through those movies.
Yeah.
I mean, you do a marathon, Rambo marathon, you're good to go.
Like, I get fired up. I'm going to fight somebody at night.
So when did you leave for the military?
So, I originally didn't have a way to pay for college. So I was like, I'm going to pay for school. Didn't. So I was like, okay. I come across a recruiter, said, you can get your school paid for. National Guard. So I was like, great. So I was like, I'm going to go to school. Yeah. My dad's like, you sure? You don't want to do something else? I was like, no, I'm going to go to college. So I went to, I joined the Guard at first. Went to college, and that was a short stint.
Yeah, you go to college, you can drop out.
Or get kicked out, expelled, whatever.
Yeah,
you
whatever
call it.
happens, you know.
We're not allowed on that
Whatever
campus
comes in,
anymore, you know what I mean? Got into trouble quickly, and he's like, oh shit, what am I going to do now? You know, my parents, check the P.O. box on Christmas Eve. I'd already been expelled months before, and they didn't even know it. I'd been staying at a buddy's house, like on campus. So they think I'm still at school. No, I've been expelled from the school.
Where'd you go?
Eastern Illinois.
All right.
Yeah, they said, I'm not fit for college. I'll never get a degree here and all this. Got 2 of them now, so you guys were wrong. Just saying. But at the time, they were right. I was super immature. And so then I started putting a plan together. I was like, what am I going to do? So I was in the garden, so I was like, I need to find a unit deploying. So I found this LRS unit, Long Range Surveillance Unit. And so I'm like, they're about to go to Afghanistan. I started my transfer over to them. And so my parents found out on Christmas Eve. They're like, you know, imagine the disappointment in that. And I felt disappointed in myself. Like, seeing him open that letter, I'm like, I messed up, you know. Like,
What year is this?
this was 2009,
That's right.
8, right after I graduated.
So you went out with a LERP unit?
Yep.
Would you get activated?
Yep.
Once you signed? Well, yeah, well, okay, check. Go ahead.
And so while I was over there, I got no sniper section there. And so I was over there, we were doing like auto cordon stuff with a special forces team, out third group. I was like,
Third group?
Yep.
Yeah,
I was
right
like, who are these guys with the beards? Like, they're doing the cool
Right.
shit. And I'm over here watching nothing that's happening.
Right? Isn't that something when you walk out there and you're in country and you run across all these units and then the dude show up with the beard and you're like, I don't know why that's so cool, but it's just the fact that you have the beard. And greeny beanies, man, you guys get out of hand with them.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw some. He couldn't even recognize the guy after he shaved.
Yeah.
He could be down to his chest.
Yeah, it's like a pride thing now.
It's a pride thing,
Yeah,
100%.
you got to.
And then you had the chit. That was the best thing. We had the chits.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Around,
Yeah.
It said you could have relaxed grooming standards.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Yeah, it was. And you like, now it's like so common though, because they're constantly op tempo or like
Right.
there's so many mission sets. So it's like, it becomes like guys are just.
We're like undercover cops. Like Narcos, man. It was
That's what
great.
it feels like all the time. Like, oh, you're in a beard. Half the team's in beard. What are they doing? They're doing something, or
Right.
they're getting ready for something. And you start doing it because guys will get them so long. They hide out in the team room, or like,
Yeah.
because you're supposed to start in a month or so out.
Yeah.
Guys are starting 3 months out from
Hell yeah.
deployment. Like, can't let Sergeant Major see, like, because I got a full one.
But you don't want to show out like some chump when you get there either with the,
No.
with the, yeah,
No.
absolutely.
And then you got the guys who can't grow their beards, and you're just like, shave that shit.
Yeah.
Well, they
We
got-
had some.
We got 3 hairs coming.
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
We had them. We had them guys too, man. They got the Joe Dirt going on or something like
Yes.
that, and they try to make it work, dude, but it just doesn't.
And they work the hardest on it too. They're like
They do.
brushing it. And,
Freaking, I remember that. That's funny. All right,
But-
so did you get?
so I was activated then with the guard unit, and I saw these guys. I was like, man, I'm gonna do that. And so I was like, I need to switch over to active duty. I need to do this full time. And so immediately while I was still over there, I started paperwork to get released and go to active duty side. So I got released, switched over to active duty. Upon coming home, got a contract to go to selection.
Okay, so I had a guy in here the other day, man. He was talking to us about Green Beret selection for guard types, man. And it's a sweet deal. It's like literally you can go in, try to, and if you don't, then you go back out into the guard, right?
Yeah, but I wasn't. I didn't want to do that. I was like, I'm gonna do that. You know,
He did too. He made it. I'm
I
just
switched
saying.
over from guard to active duty. So like I went needs of the Army.
Right.
Like, and I was 11 Bravo, so if I didn't make it, I was going to an infantry unit or whatever. But yes, they do have a sweet setup for that. It's kind of like, it doesn't work out, I go back to doing this, I come back, or if I'm injured and I'm allowed to return, then I can.
Yeah. That's what
It kind of is like
That's sweet.
it's definitely a good setup. And a lot of those guys get good setups too when they're like guard SF, because then they can come home and you're working for an agency or you're doing whatever.
Yeah.
But then you're also picking up deployments. You know, you can kind of live in both worlds really well, and you can get really high paying jobs.
Dude, that's cool, man. Yeah, you could go do something cool out in the civilian world and still be attached to the team.
Yep. And they do it way smarter than like conventional guard or something, where they do like, okay, we're going to all come together for this month. Like, we're just going to knock out the training, the minimum requirements. On top of that, you know, you do your own specialized schools or whatever we're going to do that year. Rather than doing like 1 week in a month for 48 hours, they're like, why don't we just get together for a month? Do what we need to do.
That's the way to do it,
Get our
man.
big training, you know, because we're actually then able to work on things.
And you should get medical and dental and all your hookups, right?
Yep, they do everything like that.
Dude, that's a sweet deal.
Yeah.
All right, so how was selection?
It was good.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
That shit sucks, bro.
No, it sucked. But it was like I knew that's where I needed to be. It wasn't. No, it was terrible. Like
You summer class or winter?
a summer class.
Oh.
It was terrible. Like every selection, you know, you're just beat down. You don't know what's coming. You think you're getting cut all the time. You're like,
Yeah.
and what am I up against? But like as you're going into it, once you get into you go through stuff like that training where it just sucks so bad it quits sucking.
Yeah,
You're like, just like
absolutely.
the give a fuck goes away, and you're like,
You give a fuck just straight away.
there's nothing you can do at this point like that's gonna make me quit. So just keep on doing what I'm doing.
That's a phase. You actually hit that as a human being, and you can't even possibly understand what that feels like till you get to that moment.
All right.
And then you just tell yourself, like, look, I just don't give a fuck anymore, man.
That's exactly.
But I'm not going anywhere, so there's this mode that your body turns into. That's a real phenomenon for sure.
It like flips the switch, and you're like, Well,
You can see it in their eyes when that happens.
yeah. So once you hit that point, you're like, and you start seeing other guys quit, you kind of like are like,
Yeah.
okay, like, all right, he was a stud, and some of them quit or get kicked out for whatever reason. They can be studs. So they're not saying everyone who gets through there is a phenom. It's not, because there's like Olympic athletes got cut, or pro football player, he didn't make it. There's all these reasons of like psychological, but once you hit that point, that limit, and the switch flips, and it's like, okay, find out what happens at the end, because that's where I'll be. And I got picked up, and it started the long Q course, which we do a 2-year pipeline.
Yeah, so what are you?
18 Bravo.
You're a Bravo?
Yeah,
Okay,
the
check.
weapons guy.
Roger that.
I
I can't remember, man, and just tell our listeners, when does that happen after Robin Sage? Like, you guys get selected for where you're going to go, or does that happen earlier?
after Robin Sage.
It does, right?
I think they maybe changed some stuff in the course for a while. They may be switching it back. I know when I went through, it was like Robin Sage, and you do language for 6 months, and then you get your tab and beret. You don't get anything before that.
Right.
I know they switched it around a little bit, where you're getting like tab or beret before language, and you did language and got the beret or tab. I know they did something weird.
Yeah. What's your language?
French.
And my brother's got that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I originally had like a Mandarin or something, or what I have. I had Indonesian or something. I went down and made
As a white dude.
Well, yeah.
Like, wait a minute.
Because they go off those, whatever it's called, the D lab.
Yeah, the D-Labs.
And that test,
Oh, I forgot about that thing.
0 cents.
Yeah, man.
Like, I don't know how you rate that. And so I went down and lied and said my wife was a long-haired dictionary, and that I needed to switch to French because I wanted to go 5th or 3rd.
Mandarin. I was like, do you look at me? I mean, I'm from the country too, man. I don't even have the freaking tongue to throw that out there.
I'm like, I can't even speak English that well. Let alone this. What was it? It wasn't Mandarin Chinese. It was.
Dude, that's hard. Mandarin's freaking
It's
hard.
I think it's the hardest one, or that.
I think it is. You're right.
Yeah. I don't know. It definitely wasn't Mandarin. I didn't score that great on it.
I was about to say, you must have done.
No,
dude.
No, I didn't. It was what was it? Maybe it's Indonesian. Is that a language?
Yeah. The French.
French was.
Yeah, you could pass for a French. Yeah.
Much easier.
White dude.
Yeah, it was much easier. I'm glad I did it because I knew I would go to 3rd or 5th. I thought it would put me at 3rd group.
Yeah.
And I know those guys just are always to the Middle East, and that's
A lot of good dudes come out of 3rd group, man.
Yep, that's why I want to be 3rd or 5th. And so, with the things kick off in Syria, as we get close to graduating pipeline, they're like, "Yo, you're going." I'm one of like, damn, I keep hitting that. I'm one of like a few French guys that went to 5th group,
Right?
Because we were short on guys, and then Syria was just coming up, and things were going, and their op tempo was high, so they put me in 5th group.
You guys do it right with that language. We don't have that because y'all do the fit. I mean, your nuts and bolts for y'all is that interops and stuff like that. So we don't. You can go to a language. You can get selected to go to a language just way down the pipeline.
I thought you guys all did portions of language.
Now, so before deployment, during the workup, depending on where you're going, we'll have classes. Like the teachers will come in, but none of that immersion training there where you can pick it up real fast. Like if you really want to learn a language, you guys go live somewhere.
Oh yeah.
And you'll pick it up so freaking fast you can't even believe it. That's just the way the human body condition works, man. And we got some guys in class, it don't matter how much you teach them, they're going to pick it up. It's like going through high school Spanish. Yeah. You can ask where the bathroom is after 4 years, man. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, if you're not constantly involved in it for a period of time where you can like switch your brain over to it.
Yeah, man.
And we do it where you're like 3 or 4 students to 1 teacher, and you're in a classroom, a small room, all day.
All day.
And she speaks in the language all the time. First 3 months, I don't even know what the fuck she said. Like I'm like,
that's how they start.
She'll break it. She'll come out of her, but mostly she's like trying to teach you and talk in language. You're like, what do you? And it's very frustrating. You don't take it well.
Because you know how the French are, man. They're funny about when you try to speak their language if you don't do it right.
They're very, very like. She was great though, luckily. But yeah, the French are. We worked with French Special Forces. They were great. I was able to communicate with them, and they like helped me out. They were very. But if I went to probably like downtown France, they'd be like,
yeah.
You American.
Yeah, don't
butchering my language.
Yeah, butchering my language.
Because it's really,
Because most are pretty appreciative if you try. The Spanish, like if you even try to throw some language out, they'll be like, they get the smile on their face, and they're like, oh, and I can't even imagine how it sounds. Like I know a lot of Spanish speakers here, and I try to speak it, and they're just like, white boy.
Have you seen the new things with the Apple AirPods?
Yeah, how about that?
That
translate thing's huge.
It's wild. I was just doing it. I literally did it at a job site with guys.
It's unbelievable.
It was working.
Yeah, man, it works.
I wish I'd had that back then.
And just think, in the future, man, when that comes online, you can literally program that in and just do the whole thing, conversation back and forth.
That's crazy.
It is. All right, so you come out and you go, where do you third group, right?
I went to 5th group.
5th, check. All right, sorry.
Yep.
And then what?
I went to 5th, Fort Campbell. Showed up. Went to a team. As a new guy, just like any new guy, you show up with a case, me a beer and you shut up and do what you're told and train, because you show up not knowing anything. Even though you graduate, you don't know anything yet at all. And you're around guys, like 15 deployments, 10 deployments.
Can you believe that? Freaking
Yeah.
Oh, and if you're paying attention to this, man, if you're a new guy and you show up to a team, make sure you bring the beer.
Yep.
Put it in the Chief's fridge.
Oh, you got to.
Don't say anything. Just
Don't
put it in
walk
there.
in without beer.
Walk in with a case of beer underneath your arm with a big smile on your face.
Yeah.
It's a game changer.
Yep, you have to. If not.
And if you ever visit any other bases and you get stationed there, do that.
Yeah.
I remember airborne school, man, we bought 5 cases of beer and slid them into every instructor's refrigerator.
You guys go to SEALs, though, don't you?
What's that?
You guys go to airborne SEALs, though, don't you?
Okay, so back when I went through, it was with y'all. It was at Benning.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was my first run in with the Army.
But you have a Trident at that point.
I did not.
Oh.
Again, I was back in the day.
Okay.
So I had no bird on my chest, so I had no word kind of deal. We were brand new, right out of buds, which I thought my shit didn't stink.
Yeah.
But we made sure we did that.
Well, because back then, there's a time period where I think you were the last class.
I was the last
where
class.
You go through buds and you don't get your Trident until you have you go through your specialty courses, right?
Correct. And I was an anomaly. I got lost in the training system. It took me 3.5 years from the time I graduated buds to the time I got my Trident. Like, my instructors were like, in my class that I graduated with had got their Trident and went on deployment and come back. And I was going to 18 Delta. And then I was a special deliveries man, so I got freaking lost in the cycle.
You were a Delta?
Yeah. Yeah, man, I'm a bastard.
So, I got a funny story about that. So, I started off as a Delta. I was like, what am I doing here?
Yeah, it sucks.
You guys all, somebody fucked something up. So, I'm in a Delta course. And I went through whatever the first phase is. There was a SEAL there, SO1 Ellis. And
Oh, no.
yeah, he was SO1 Ellis. I don't know, short guy.
Say Ellis?
Ellis. He's a PA now. I think he was going through PA or about to go to PA.
Okay.
But there was I got along with the SEALs over there. We went to a pool all the time. They were physically fit. They're studs. They go out one night and literally we get called back in at 5 a.m. the next morning to show up to PT, like emergency callback. And these dudes are out there, and they're like, these dudes went and got in some trouble. Some pretty good trouble, I call them SEAL trouble. Like,
yeah, good trouble.
There's like trouble.
Yeah.
Like,
I know exactly what you're
we get in a bar fight. And then there's this,
Yeah.
like, bro, like the next level.
Right.
Like, you dumb?
Something happens to us. I don't know what happens, but it just does.
You're a magnet for it, I think.
Complete magnet.
Like a real big magnet, and you don't stop. It was we show up there, and we're all getting smoked, and SO1 Ellis pulls these guys out, and as we get done getting crushed, and like, get to class, you start your day, SO1 Ellis keeps the SEALs out there that were there. We go to class, come out, these kids are still going.
Yeah.
We go home, come back the next morning, they're still going.
Yeah, yeah. That was a good one.
All 4 of them had stress fractures in their legs.
Yeah, it ran into a break.
Yep.
They must have really screwed up then, or done a good one.
Yeah, they did a good one.
So I got my ass whipped at 18 Delta harder than butts. They made me. I remember I screwed up so bad one time. They made me bear crawl through the compound for 2 weeks, and then when in the cadaver labs, I'd have to duck walk, and then
The ones that brag.
at brag, and then in class during the day.
Was Amram in there?
I didn't have him. I was in the corner doing 8 counts all day.
How's that learn? How's that work out for you for studying?
Bro, I remember all of my class didn't want to have anything to do with me because they're like, this dude's getting this. This is right in the beginning. God. I showed up, my sideburns were down, I'm completely out of regs for Army and shit like that. Oh my God, dude. I didn't quit. I stuck it out. Dude, those Green Berets that I pulled out of 18 Delta with me, I'm still buddies with.
Yeah.
A lot of them are dead.
Yeah.
And then the PJs that we had, a lot of them are dead.
Yeah.
But like my sweet mate in there was Jason Cunningham. He died on Anaconda. Jason Plight was one of them. He was in there with me. Dude, eventually we had the best time.
Yeah.
I mean, once we buddied up and I got my stuff squared away, because they would beat this mess out of us. They do those early morning PT, 5 a.m.
Yeah,
brutal,
that place
Frickin'
was like
brutal,
just,
dude.
like, terrible.
Because you can't do anything in the town without the base finding out about it.
Oh, no.
We didn't know that.
No, everyone knows everything. And
Everything.
They know exactly who a Q course student is.
100%.
They could spot them from a
Mile away.
Yep.
We didn't get that gouge.
No,
We didn't know that.
nobody tells you that. And they're like, what do you mean?
Oh.
You show up and you're like,
Dude, Green Beret instructors can whip your ass. They have carte blanche to do that to us. We didn't know that either. And I mean, they did. Them suckers can toss a beating.
yeah.
If you thought the SEALs could toss a beating, them freaking instructors, man, they could toss a beating, dude.
Yeah, they're pretty brutal throughout the course, especially if you mess up. Like
If you mess up.
if you're doing something and they're not, but it's kind of like they're just kind of looking out for you. Like
You
learned a
it's
little
balance.
here, but next time you may not get a chance to learn that lesson. But
They kept saying that. Hey, look. Oh, this is what will catch you. Is like, hey, look, we're training you to take care of the guys in combat. Like when they get messed up, you can't be some screw up, and that's how they'd come at you. Which you can't argue with that.
oh no, and Deltas are like weirdly smart and very sharp. Like
Yeah, they are.
very, very good at their job. Insanely good.
I got guys in my class that are surgeons now. Most PAs, surgeons, doctors, ER docs. There's just kind of like the Green Beret is like a stepping stone for them to get to the medical program.
It's like crazy how if you go through that Delta course, the skill level you have for like
Unbelievable.
anything, you're like, you see guys just cut open or whatever, blasting.
Yeah, that was the best training ever.
Cool, calm, and collect. Well, it was, I don't know about that because I was there for a portion of it until I hit AMP and we started putting fingers in asses. That was where I drew the line.
Okay, so that was a little awkward.
I drew the line on that one.
That's the first time I'd ever had that happen to me, and yeah, it was a little weird because my Green Beret buddy he had huge hands, and you know the instructors were having a ball with that, right? They're
Yeah.
just kind of staring at you and laughing, and they put the rubber glove over your shoulder full of
And you're standing there in the back and you're like, is he really going to, do I have to do it? Do I do this? Like, you're not going to look away? No, he's really looking.
We're not really doing this, are we?
Like, we're really doing this. Like, I'm doing this.
Dude, that's a whole day. Oh my God, dude. I'll never forget that. I mean, I've been intubated and the NP's in your nose and the freaking cut. Dude, they do everything. We do everything on each other.
Yep.
That drill was, because you're watching your buddy have to go through it. So you're laughing at them. Then that comes over to you and you're like, and then all of a sudden you're staring at another dude.
I'm staring at my buddy.
At your
My
buddy.
We're about to cross some lines.
We're crossing the streams here,
boundaries
bro.
we don't cross.
You know, out here, life runs on community. Neighbors helping neighbors, showing up when it counts, and that's exactly what our friends at Tractor Supply are all about. At the heart of every strong community are the people who serve, our veterans, active duty military, first responders, and the families who stand right beside them. These are the folks who protect, sacrifice, and keep life out here moving forward. And Tractor Supply gets that. That's why they created Hometown Heroes program, just a way to show real appreciation beyond just words. It's packed with meaningful, everyday benefits through their Neighbors Club, just like 2% back on every purchase, free trailer rentals and same-day delivery twice per quarter, and quarterly 5% off coupons. And just when you thought that was enough, they also have special discounts on hero holidays like Veterans Day and First Responders Day. Once you verify your status through ID.me, the perks apply automatically. No hoops, no hassle. We're in Tractor Supply literally all the time, grabbing cattle cubes, chicken feed, and even food for the pups. It's always felt more like a community than a store, and that's what makes it feel so special. If you or someone you love is a hometown hero, go visit tractorsupply.com/hometownheroes and get signed up today. It's Tractor Supply's way of standing right behind those who stand for us. Again, that is tractorsupply.com/hometownheroes.
Oh my God.
It definitely, that was the straw.
I can't believe they do that to us.
That's the straw that broke the camel's back for me.
You really had to want to be there.
I walked up to a lead instructor. We'll call him.
Yeah, there's women in there while we're doing this to each other. Air Force chicks.
It was awkward. All in it. Like I had, not Ammerman, who's the other guy who's always been there longest time. You know, super smart, but he does just watching me. I'm like, you're creeping me out. This is weirding me
why are you
out.
staring
dude.
at me
Like,
while I'm doing
this
this,
is
man?
weird already. Like, don't look back here, Tyler. Don't look. Don't turn your head. Face forward. like,
Yeah, dude.
he's like, are you gonna do it? Like, oh,
Freaking
no,
DREs, man. DREs.
weird. You You deltas? That's what makes a delta weird. You know what I mean?
Yep,
Too
they
many
are.
DREs,
We are. We're
okay.
weird. Yeah, we're weird.
That becomes that weird level, and I couldn't cross that line. I said, okay, we did. I did it, and I walked up to the lead guys like, I'm just gonna be honest. I gotta get the fuck out of here. like,
You know how it works, man. There's just some things we do in our that take the humanity away from us.
Yeah.
That was a game changer.
Didn't you have to give yourself a catheter?
Yeah. Dude, we have to do all
I'm
kinds of
thankful I didn't do that.
Yeah.
that was whoa. Like I said, it's intense. I learned.
Like
I came
in
out
the
of there.
dark or something?
Yeah,
Like
in
it
the
was
dark.
some crazy thing.
The IV training when they throw us in the back of the deuce and a half, drop the shades down
Yeah.
and go down the road, the dirt road.
Yeah.
You come out there looking like a heroin addict. I mean, 13th century bloodletting in there,
Yeah.
trying to learn how to get IVs, constantly doing that. But I mean, tell you what, man, those Black Hawk Down guys, the medics are on point.
Oh no,
The stories that come through there, because we get them all. We get all the stories, the medical ones. That when people get jacked up, it's like, hey man, we just got to be able to do this. And the minute you think you can't do something, train in it. And they just over and over and over, hundreds of hours of just freaking doing that, man. And eventually, it sinks in, or you fail out.
yeah, that's not got a high washout rate.
The highest.
Yeah, that's like a lot of guys. Even they're studs, but they just get kicked out.
Yep.
And I would have washed out inevitably, but I went to the instructor and then told him, now let's find something else to do because
So you pick Bravo?
so yeah, they put me in front of the board
Yeah.
and said, hey, we're gonna reclass you over to Bravo. I'm like, let's go. You know, so that was much more like up my alley.
Yeah, more your speed.
Yeah, there was no DREs. I never got to that catheter part, thank God.
That was invigorating. Okay, so how long were you at fifth group? Yeah, it was invigorating.
I was there for 7.5 years.
Oh, good for you, man.
Yeah. So got out in 2020.
Right during time for quarantine.
Oh, I know. I literally got out in February of 2020. I was separated, and I wanted to go start a business, be an entrepreneur, and I'm sitting there like, okay, let's do this. Build houses when we're all locked in houses.
Okay, so that's what you got into construction.
Yeah.
How'd that just...
Actually, COVID blew the market up, and it kind of took off because everyone, housing market went sky high. You couldn't build them fast enough for a couple of years. And so it was like this weird, lucky.
How you work for somebody or
No, I came out. So I came out. I originally partnered with someone in the very beginning. Because you get out of the military with like whatever 40K in your bank account.
Yeah.
So I partnered with an investor, and then eventually split off from him. But originally it was an investor and me partnering together, start building the first few, building ground up, development. I think I did a couple of remodels, like full intensive ones, because I didn't know what I was doing. I literally never built a house in my life. And then you got to take the exams to be a contractor in Tennessee. So you got to take these 5-hour exams, business law. And at that point, like, you know how to take a test enough. I got like my master's at that point. So I knew like, okay, I can just take this test. It's not that complicated. It's really just knowing how to take a test. Because you have the 22 books this covers. You have 5 hours to do this exam, 100 questions. But they're very detailed or specific. So you have to know how to take the test in a systematic order, like, to pass it.
Yeah. So you said you had 2 degrees. When did you go to school?
So I was going to school, I was still in.
Oh, check.
Yeah. So,
That's another benefit about being in that people don't know about. Like you can get your degrees while you're in.
yeah, I'd be like over in Syria and have my book shipped to me, and we'd have like, I don't know, we'd have a service, internet service, some way to get internet to us.
Yeah.
Out on the flat, like as we're in operations. I'd be like trying to study and do stuff, and then like firefighter or something would kick off and be like, oh, gotta go. Whatever.
Yeah. Take a break from
crazy.
studying. Take a break from studying and go get in a firefight.
Yeah, they were literally. I'd be sitting in the back of like a Hilux, like, oh my gosh, I gotta do this homework. So I'm trying to do it, and I'm like, something would happen. I'm like, okay.
Because I know guys, man, that went out of high school who really don't have a plan. Like, you got discipline, you got manners, you're a good dude, you got a wild side on you.
Yeah.
They go to college. College is too much fun if you don't go see your guidance counselor, or if you don't have somebody kind of leaning on you a little bit.
Yeah.
And then they go in, and when they come out, they crush college. They just freaking crush it, man. And knowing what I know now, I would tell anybody if you don't have an inkling of what you want to do, go to the military for 4 years. Just do something because they got your back.
Yeah, it's kind of nice because like I came out, undergrad, associates, bachelor's, and master's while I was in, no college debt. And it's like I couldn't have did that before.
No.
Sure didn't have the discipline or the, and then I was able to do it. I couldn't do it with no distractions besides the college campus. Yet then somehow I was able to do it while I'm out on the fly.
Yeah, in combat.
Literally in combat.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
women.
And it's, less distractions.
Less distractions. Best way to say that.
But it was definitely beneficial for me in the education side. I really just, and it also gave me like a chip on my shoulder or whatnot, because like I'd lived through that. My parents opened that letter, so it like made a personal thing to me. Like I disappointed him so bad. I still remember that. I still remember that look on their face today, where I was at in the house when he opened that letter saying, "What is this?" My dad did.
Yeah.
I thought I was about to get a beat.
So you got along with your dad?
Yep. We actually
love
became.
your dad?
Yeah. Well, we always butted heads growing up, and I didn't listen to what he said, because he was telling me not to do something because he knew it was the wrong thing to do or learn from my lessons. I was like, no, I don't like to do that. Of course, I'm not going to listen to all the experience and lessons you give me. I want to learn it the hard way again. I was a little stubborn-headed kid, but after I graduated, we got really tight.
Yeah, had to grow no man.
Yep. And I wish I look back now, I'm like, gosh, he was so right. I wish I just listened more. Like, he was right every time.
So I deal with that a lot too. And I'm kind of being a parent. You're like, hey, do you tell him to do this? Do you tell him not to do it because? Or do you say, hey, look, if you do this is what happens? Because those are two different styles, right?
It is very.
You know what I mean? And that's kind of how in the military, that's where they come at you from.
Yeah. I saw my dad would come like, don't do this. Like, don't do that. This is why. But at that point, I'm playing sports, chasing girls. I don't want to listen. I think I'm cool.
Yeah.
I think I know something that he doesn't know, or, he's stubborn, and have to learn the hard way sometimes.
Yeah, me too.
But I definitely valued that a lot, especially after graduating, going through that, and then going off to the military and getting in that community of special operations. You really like, okay, he was right. Like I really valued his mentorship, and like, he may not do it the right way himself, but he wanted us to do it the right way and taught us some morals and values, that way hopefully we did better than he did. He was a great human. Shake your hand, like that's what meant more than a piece of paper, a contract, or he's just that kind of human. So never lie, look a man in the eye. All those things you have to have in special operations. Like,
oh yeah,
but you kind of don't pay attention to them when you're learning them. You disregard the importance of them as a youth or a young 15, 16, 17, especially if you think you're cool,
Which every team guy does. That's the unwritten stuff we don't ever talk about. Like when people talk about the teams, they talk about the overt stuff, but inside that makes the actually work is that stuff.
Right.
It's all in there.
Yep.
100%. Because you get your ass beat if you don't have it.
It's the intangibles.
Or they'll kick you out.
You won't be on the team anymore.
You won't be on the team.
It's the intangibles that, like, you just know the quality of that guy. I don't care. We can make him shoot. We can teach him to shoot. We can teach him to run. The intangibles are so valuable that if he doesn't have them, you'll know quickly.
Well, man.
Or is it cancer?
As soon as he walks the door, yeah, shitbags.
Yep.
God, in other words, you can spot them a mile away. Dude, reputation's everything. 100%. That sucker that goes in the door before you do.
Yep.
That's one thing team guys do.
That's a very true statement. Like, they know it before you show up to a team. They've already,
already got you.
And yeah, everyone knows who's coming to a team and where they came from, why they came from there. Like, so you either have no chance when you show up.
Everything. I mean, everything they know about you.
Yeah.
That's probably what makes us good at our job.
Does the Army teach y'all how to build things? Like contracting? Because I feel like all the Army guys that I know
Not the infantry.
or in the special operations.
So I think 18
good.
Charlie engineer does.
Oh, is that what that is?
They do a section on building and construction and stuff like that for like part of the demolition training too. Like they also do like construction, I think they do electrical infrastructure, stuff like that, because we use them as like our little house builder, or like logistics guys. I don't know. Yeah, so like they do electrical, plumbing.
Yeah, we have the CBs for that.
They get a crash course, not like a CB does. CB's like really trained up on them.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, they're like real carpenters and stuff. They have their own. Now he's just like a jack of all trades, master of none. But no other MOS or trade gets that.
They don't ever get any credit.
Who?
CBs.
No, they don't.
At all. Dude, they train, they fight. They build, they fight. That's their motto, man. And they were with us in Ramadi on my last deployment.
Really?
Yeah, we'd be laid up in the sniper hide, like 3 rooms deep, covered, protected. They'd be out in the street on those maintainers and bulldozers with their body armor on, and a dude out in the front with a rifle getting shot at, building T barriers. Oh man, they're great, dude.
Are they regular Navy?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't call them regular. It's a school. I mean,
Like
it's a,
conventional Navy?
yeah,
not-
it's an actual. A CB's an actual thing, an actual human being in the Navy. It's like a SEAL.
Don't they have like do they have jobs like if you're a CB, can I be a carpenter CB or can I be a plumber CB?
Oh, good question.
Or is it just I'm a CB?
That's a great question. Maybe it's
I
set
thought
up like we
CBs
are.
was a World War II thing. I have
No, they're still around. So
Oh,
it might be like us, and we'll probably get some clarification when some of the CBs are right in. But I think it might be like Green Berets and SEALs, where you're a Green Beret, but you're a sniper.
We need a CB to come on the podcast because I don't
Yeah.
think we've never had one.
I don't think we've had one. Same way with the engineers, right? It's kind of their
Engineers, that's what I was thinking of for the Army. I was like trying to remember what do we call the Army's version of that, but it is the Army Engineers.
engineer corps.
And I think they have like equipment operators and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think
cool.
they're all like the equipment operators though.
So yeah, I guess it's got to be quals,
Yeah. Oh yeah, they probably have that qual.
schools, and everything like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you're a CB, but then you have these quals, just like you're a
Right.
team guy, and you got these. You're a SEAL, you got these things. There's basic Army, basic Navy, and then inside that, I guess it's like advanced degrees. And if you're in college, right, you can get your undergrad, and then you got the guys who go get their masters and
Right.
and the PhDs and stuff like that.
Okay, so y'all, you get out. It's February 2020.
Yeah.
You start your own business, and you're doing well. What's it go from there?
So after I got out, I was building homes, trying to start a company and doing the entrepreneur thing. I was going through the motions, like it was, you're making money and you're doing these things, but it wasn't very fulfilling. I was still missing that transition piece. As you transition out, you don't know, it's like you switch from chasing one thing to, okay, this will fill that void, when you're switching from something that is high octane, like this really driven purpose with a whole team environment. You walk out and you're like, where's my team at? You don't see those guys every day, and you're trying to fill that. And so I just was, I'm an obsessive person in a sense of I'm all in, you know what I mean? I'm 100 miles an hour, full throttle, let's go. And so that's what I was doing, but it really wasn't doing it for me. Up until 2000, this year actually, and then fast forward to that. So I was going through emotions, doing fine, had a kid. Life was good.
Married?
Yep. So I got married in 2020. If I get that wrong, I'm going to be in serious trouble. So we'll have to edit that.
That's why I have it engraved on my ring, so I don't ever forget it.
Yeah.
Genius.
It is, right? I got the P. I was like, put that date on my
learned that in
ring.
your
So I
40s.
stare at it every day.
You learned that in your 40s.
Yeah, that's the 40s, baby.
Yeah.
We had it was 2020 because we had planned a whole wedding in Cabo. Everyone was going, then COVID hits. That was scrapped. Ended up doing a small intimate wedding in Nashville, and then because we'd already booked the block and all that, took 16 of our closest friends, went to Cabo in the middle of COVID. I had a riot.
Oh, good for you, man. It was a good time?
Oh, it was a blast. Nobody else was there at the resort.
Oh,
Oh yeah, it was all an all inclusive, with their own butler. It was, and you couldn't get our money back out. We already bought this, so it was literally
how long were you there?
5, 6, 7 days.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a ride. But so it was 2020. Got married, had a kid,
Boy, girl?
a little boy, Miles.
What, Miles?
Yeah. And so we had to do IVF too. We had both had unexplained infertility. Had to start that. So it was a year and something process. I roll my eyes and say it was bad on me. It's not bad on the male at all. It's really the woman who has to go through all of it. Mm-hmm. I don't wish that on anyone. That's a wild roller coaster. And, but we're able to have a little boy. So, blessing, thankful to God for that. Cause that really was probably a thing that kept me going the way I was, just, okay, got this kid, he's a joy in life. And so up until this year, February, I'd reached back in November. I reached out to U.S. Marshal Service because I was kind of looking to, I was like,
You get bored, getting the itch.
yep, I was definitely getting that. And so I reached out in November. They were like, no, we're not taking on applicants right now, trying to get on a task force or something. And so then February 12th of this year, I reached out again, sent their email. So they said, check back later. So I checked back again because I was feeling no purpose, no, what am I doing? I need to get on the next thing. Yeah, I'm making money. What is it? Money is not doing it for me. So I needed something. So I was thinking task force, kicking in doors, get on something, child trafficking, do some good. They replied back saying, nope, we're not accepting applicants this time. So I'm like, cool. But that was the morning of February 12th of this year. And truthfully, a great, I'm blessed to have this day. And, thankful, truthfully. However bad this story may sound, I'm really thankful for this because it really helped my life and made it, it's the best thing that happened to me probably. So that night I'm laying in bed with my kid. I got a 2-year-old, so we got his 2-year-old, his big boy bed when he turned 2 in January. So he just turned 2 a month prior to February. And he's laying on my right side because he can climb out now. You take the ones, you don't have the sides where he's falling off now. He can just get out. That's what it means when he gets a big boy bed. And so he's right here on my right. My wife's sleeping in bed. And our bedroom's on the 2nd floor above the garage, overlooking the front. So I got a window. Imagine I'm laying in bed. I got a window on my left-hand side about 2 feet from the bed. That window overlooks the driveway and the front road. And my truck's backed in.
It's like a neighborhood house.
Yep. I used to live in cookie cutter subdivision, like houses 10 feet apart from each other in Nashville. And I'm laying there in bed. I'm looking at my phone. It's like 10 o'clock at night, watching stuff about Doge. Doge was going crazy. The stuff on Doge was going crazy at the point. And I have the window cracked open. It's February. It's cold out because I'm sleeping next to a little sweat box. And the blinds are lifted that much, about an inch on the window. And I see a weird light come across the window. I'm like, that's odd. It was like, not like the Amazon or UPS guy where he's like, snap a picture, burn off. It was just like dull yellow. And I remember being like, that doesn't fit in. So I slipped out of bed, not even waking my kid up. And I opened the blinds or anything. It's lights off on my side. And I look down there and I see a kid at my truck with his hood pulled tight below me. So he's like 12 feet below me because I'm right above him on the 2nd floor, trying to get in the back of my truck. And I checked there's a vehicle on the road, like 35 yards away. And I can see a silhouette of the driver. The lights are off. What I saw was the door opening. The cab.
Cab.
Yeah. So I saw it from the street. So it was just a little, and I checked the back seat. Can't see anyone. I think it's blacked out, like you murder the windows out or whatever, real tinted. I can see a silhouette driver, and I can tell he has the dash lights. He has all the lights off, but the dash is giving the outline. And so, I'm not even gonna wake my kid up. I think it's some punk kid, literally. I just reach down by the window and go, "Hey, motherfucker!" And I never get it out of my mouth before I see in my peripherals muzzle flash coming out that back window, like somebody must have had a gun and been sitting out back.
In the back seat of the car?
Yep. Shots coming from the back seat, and I just instantly go, shit. Turn and dive on my kid. It's just like no-brainer. And it was just switched on after that. I got hit in the first 2 rounds coming through.
Where'd you get hit?
Pelvis came
into the ass.
No. Love handle.
Got shot in the ass.
I got shot in the ass. I wish I got shot in the ass.
Marvin, bro.
I wish I got shot. I hit my pelvis. It broke my pelvis and shattered my iliac crest.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Threw a bone shrapnel into my
That
stomach.
sucks, dude. The bone, when that hits bone.
Well, so I didn't, at the time, it's like you don't know. I know I'm shot because I'm numb from the waist down.
Yeah.
And this is like a God thing, too. Because somehow I was able, because I got hit in the first 3 rounds. As I'm grabbing my kid, my wife sits up because glass is spraying in. And she sits up, she's like, what is this? What's going on? Because she has no idea. She doesn't hear steps on it crack. It's hit that thudding drywall because they're shooting at an angle.
Yeah.
And I just tackle her onto the other side. And that was a God thing because, like, literally once I hit the ground, I couldn't move my lower half. I kept trying to stand up. And so I got my kid here, my wife underneath me. She's like, I'm bleeding. I'm like, no, I'm bleeding. And there's a gap in fire, like round 6. I'm like, okay, go get my second gun to my office. So I shoved my wife ahead of me. And I wish I could say it was some cool, special operations, sexy combat role. No, it was like a dolphin out of the water holding a football in his arm.
Yeah.
As fast as you could across
that's a good one, bro. I never heard that one before.
It was definitely, that's why I was reminding myself, like, I remember thinking, like, this ain't cool.
Look cool.
This ain't
Look
cool.
That's the thing that happens. You go, hey, man, I hope I'm looking cool here.
No, I could tell. I was like, there's nothing cool about what I'm doing right now. But it was fast. And while I'm crawling, they opened back up. They put like 12 to 14 rounds.
Really?
Yep. It's also, I thought the gun jammed or they were gone. I was like, okay, something's up. They're gone. Gun jam. No, they opened back up, firing like 12 to 14 rounds in front of my house.
That is insane.
And they were walking them to the back of a room. Like, if I'm on the first floor and I want to get someone in that room, I would just keep walking them down.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like you're shooting at the window anymore.
Right.
But he had a pretty good shot group. And so I start opening back up. I'm like, okay, this guy means business. I get my wife to get my second gun because I have in my office a room deep. And so I put him on my office desk, my wife and my kid. And obviously, you know, this is chaos at the time. I got a golden retriever. I got a 2-year-old crying. My wife is, you know, crying, wondering what is, you know, it's so surreal for her. And she's an ER nurse, been a travel nurse at the worst trauma. For her, it's, you know, it's different than gunfighting or, you know, being shot at. And it's just, you know, you can't compare the two.
Right. There's nothing like it.
Yeah. And then the 2-year-old on top of it just clinging to her, like, you know, I would just look over there and he's just grabbing a charge can. She's grabbing him, like asking me what. And I'm like, we're getting shot at, you know. And she'll say this too. She's like, I've never seen that person. You were in charge and nobody was talking. This is what was going to happen. I was like, I mean,
It happens.
It happens.
I try to tell people that, Joe's like, hey man, what you see on TV and the documentaries is like, well, there's another person comes out when we're actually in it. It's like there's a vibe, a completely different individual.
Yeah, because
won't ever show up unless that goes down.
Yeah, it's it's hard to describe it too, because I'm used to being around. You're like that way sometimes with all your teammates or your roughest of.
There's no bullshit.
No, there is no. It's like this is what's going to happen now.
Yep.
Like it happens now.
The purest form of a man shows up in that individual when that goes down, and it's like the voice change, the look in their eyes change. They go black, and it's freaking.
So they're continuing to shoot in your house.
So they did. They shot 12 to 14 rounds in front of my house as they were. Apparently they went down, turned around, and exit, and shot on the way back. They even like hit the neighbor's house on the way back. One other guy did. A neighbor sleeping with 3 kids in his house. You know, like just 19-year-old kid that has no idea what he's doing. And if you know anything about ballistics, bullets, you know, like we got penetration, serious penetration into a house that's built here, whereas our rounds are kind of tailored, or what we compare them to is shooting to a clot wall or something overseas, you know, a mud wall where they don't penetrate like that. Here, you know, they go deep into a house, you know, straight through it. If, at some point, I'm sure if it was, but it was going through 4 walls, siding, cement siding, 4 walls, 5, stopping in wood, you know, wherever it had joists. So.
Did you make it outside or just down?
No. So I put them. I crawled back to my office, put them on the office desk, and had my wife. I was like, call 911. I grabbed my second gun and I laid it across the floor, because if you walked in my front door, I thought they were coming in my front door. You would walk up and I'd be laying on the ground to your right.
Yeah, I checked. That's good.
And at your 5 o'clock, you would have walked into my bedroom where I just came from. So I was laying across the office floor, waiting for them to come up the floor. No, I know been enough of those to know when to hold them, when to fold them,
yeah.
when to call for the
right.
You know, I couldn't stand up where it hit me because it broke my pelvis and shattered the iliac crest, but it also went to my spine. It's lodged in between.
Still got it?
Yeah,
nice.
still in there.
Dude, our point man's got one of those. You can see it on the X-ray.
Oh, yeah.
7.62, right? I mean, it's perfect.
7.62.
I got hit by it. Yeah,
that's a 40 cal.
But that's you got a picture of it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
That is the most bizarre story. You're in Nashville.
I know. I mean, it is.
So he was pistol shooting at you?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a 40. It was a Glock 27, like a 3.5-inch barrel.
Okay, so
no
keep going, man. The box shows up to get you?
Yep. So I'm waiting on there. My wife's calling 911. I'm like, okay. I'm trying to stuff my wound. I have a rolled up, like, you know, those towels, moisture wicking towels. You have like the thin ones you get.
Like a ShamWow?
Yeah, kind of like a ShamWow. Yeah, exactly.
Remember that, dude?
Yeah, it's just like that towel though. But I got one of those. I'm stuffing in it, you know, trying to stop the bleeding. And I know I'm bleeding pretty good. It's like.
It didn't hit an artery or anything, did it?
No, it's in my spine. I know I got a C-spine injury at this time, but I'm like, okay, so I switched on. So she's talking 911, trying to. She keeps asking, it's real life. My golden retriever is going nuts. My 2-year-old is just
losing it.
Which
makes it twice as bad when there's a baby crying in the room.
And so I had it switched off where I was like not there. I'm like, okay, I know what's going on here, but I'm not. I had it, you know, you separate yourself from it.
Yeah, combat.
Sometimes you go, I was in nap mode. And so I'm like, give me the phone. I'll talk to her, you know, to talk to the operator and tell her what's going on. Because my wife was like, it's real life. She's trying to get help. Like, what? I don't know what's going on. She doesn't really know. She knows we got shot at. She has no idea the extent of my damages because I had her underneath the desk. So then I'm like, let me talk to the operator. You can put pressure on my wound. And so I start talking to the operator saying, my vitals are, like I'm shot, I'm sucking, we need help. Until I'm gonna black out. It wasn't that long. They were there pretty quick, 5-10 minutes. But I'm just like, I'm about to black out. I hope you're close. I'm gonna hand the phone to my gun to my wife. So I hope you're close. And literally,
Who showed up first, the police or the box?
I think this is where I started browning out.
Well,
I believe the box was there, but they couldn't access it until the cop showed up. I
Because of the
never
gunfire.
saw that
Yeah.
part of it, but I think somebody said that they were there, but they had to wait on the police to get in.
of course.
And then in come the cops, kind of in and out at that point, and then ambulance, straight to ER Trauma Level 1 Center, right down the road from me, actually, luckily. And funny story.
Your wife worked there?
No, my wife had since left that. She now does her own thing, owns her own plastics, not plastics, but aesthetics company, doing like skincare.
Botox
med
and
spa,
stuff.
Botox
Yeah.
and med spa, yep. So she had left that, but she never worked at that one in particular. And so I get there and, they're just amazing. Go right in.
They're great.
And the head of that one, Dr. Mary Boggs, was actually a SOS doctor, which SOS, you remember?
Yeah.
So the Special Operations Surgical Teams, she was in
Yeah.
Green Village in Syria, where I was.
Dude, they're great. If you wander into one of them,
I know. And so she found out I was Green Beret because I was making jokes and stuff. And she stuck with me the whole time, and her whole team, the whole hospital. I mean, everyone on that team was great.
dude, those teams are great.
They were,
Hats off to the nurses and doctors around here.
Still very confused that you get shot at through your house in Nashville.
Yeah.
Like that is very bizarre.
Yeah, it was definitely a shock, but then it comes out though. This has been on the rise a little bit, a lot, and they put out like, hey, don't confront them, or because these guys are heavily armed, and a lot of videos have surfaced after that.
We catch them dudes?
We've caught 3 of the 4 right now.
Nice.
Who are they?
Are they bangers?
19-year-old kids. So we caught the driver 2 weeks later because he's still driving around the same car with the weapon we matched forensics in the
smart guy.
backseat of his car. He's 19. Backseat of his car, the forensics to the guns and bullets at my house. He somehow through his phone we got number 2. The passenger guy was at my truck. He squealed on everybody.
19.
So they're just like
19.
19-year-old
Yeah,
Nashville kids.
So these are 19-year-old kids, but they're very sophisticated about it. Like they're definitely, it's like targeted and like very well rehearsed. I mean, to have a reaction to open fire from me saying that quick, you've had to you're on security. You're pulling security for this guy. It was, and then all the videos that come out now, these kids are like, they'll get out in strong point 4 corners on a driveway. The 5th one goes through, busts the sunroof, goes in, starts the car. One gets in with him, the other 2 exfil on the vehicle they infilled on. It's like,
They've been watching our movies.
Well, what are they trying to steal?
so they're trying to probably steal guns, stuff like that. And they definitely are targeting certain kinds of vehicles, houses.
Dude, that's attempted murder. Plus, we got kids in there and a wife, and that's some time.
Yes. We doubt you would think that. But one's out on bail right now. And
One's on bail?
yes.
The driver?
No, the passenger, the one that was on my truck. The shooter we just got, one of the shooters. So the passenger who we rolled up second, he squealed on everybody, but his big thing was he didn't know the real names of the 2 guys, the 2 shooters in the back. I got shot by a guy named Keypad.
Keypad?
Yeah, that's his street name. A guy named Keypad.
This
Not even
doesn't
someone
even-
hard.
We're gonna change
I almost
that.
didn't want to say it.
God,
I almost
man,
didn't
you
say
put
it.
that out there, man. We're
I
gonna
almost didn't
change it.
say it over here. Like, I'm like,
Keypad.
I wasn't going to say it, but yeah, not in this situation. That would get made fun of.
This
The guys of the team are gonna. That might be your new call sign,
I'm
bro.
going to say it. I can't get someone.
I'm gonna put you in my phone. That, like, dude.
It was Keypad and Chunky in the
Hey,
back.
you talked to Keypad Cam lately? Oh my god,
my
dude, that's hilarious.
You ever notice how the holidays start off all peaceful and then boom, you're suddenly hit with a full calendar, your shopping list's out of control, you've got 5 trips to plan, it is all chaos and we have all been there. That is why I'm so grateful for Navy Federal Credit Union. They really step up their members, especially during the busy season. Whether you're active duty, a veteran, or just part of a military family, you can become a member and get exclusive access and benefits, including their Cash Rewards and Cash Rewards Plus cards. Right now, if you spend $2,500 in your first 90 days, you can earn a $250 cash bonus. That adds up real quick at the holiday expenses. Gifts, flights, decorations, you name it. Plus, you can earn up to 2% unlimited cash back on every single purchase. And one thing I've always appreciated is Navy Federal has a real 24/7 member service. No robots, no runaround, just helpful people when you need them. Join now at NavyFederal.org and take a little pressure off this holiday season. Navy Federal Credit Union, our members are the mission. Navy Federal is federally insured by the NCUA. Cashback terms and conditions apply. Visit NavyFederal.org/cash.
Gosh, that is the most bizarre thing I've ever heard.
And apparently they target certain kinds of vehicles. I drive a 2500 blacked out, and there is safes built into it. There, like I'm ready to go.
Some of those trucks you drive around, you just know there's a gun in there.
Yeah, they definitely are targeting certain, not robbing.
Especially if you see military sticker on the back of it, or like a Punisher sticker.
Yeah,
know.
Did you have a gun in the back of your car?
Yeah, several, but they're
it's not the point.
Yeah.
Of course
But
I
did they get anything?
No, it was locked, and I also have a safe built into my vehicle that they stay in. So it's it's got to have another. They couldn't get anything. You could have busted the windows out and still not got anything. You'd have to unbolt that, cut that.
So
safe
their
off.
mission was not successful.
No, it wasn't
at
successful at all.
Okay.
And they weren't gonna wind up in prison for it,
right?
Because when they hit somebody, that's attempted murder.
Yeah. So
premeditated, actually.
The shoot. So that's what not premeditated.
It's not.
There's some contention on that. I have some differences of opinions on some of this.
Oh, that's lawyer talk.
Yeah.
How is that not premeditated when they literally
showed up with guns?
Someone just talked through the window and you're shooting at them?
I don't know all the legalities of it.
Well, it's definitely attempted murder then.
Yeah, it's definitely attempted murder. We're definitely they're definitely seeking that. We can't really do anything else until they get done with the criminal trial, which they say it could be like 2 years.
That could be a really long time.
Keith Fad might be on TV. He might be on TV. I don't know. He'd be on the local news. So, yeah, it's definitely crazy.
Well, so how are you doing after that?
That's what started the whole. I mean, that was like the catalyst that started. Like, I say that was the best thing to happen to me because where I was at wasn't. I needed the wake up call. Hey, it was God saying, "Hey, listen up, dude."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like life number 7. Pay attention, bro.
Right.
And I'm really thankful for it because it started this whole. It brought me to like the lowest lows, but through that kind of stuff, that challenge, you get to grow from, you get to build back, you know what I mean? Because they actually couldn't. I started the VA healthcare system. There's a lot of things that happened in a row there that just compounded, because at first I got the feeling back in my left leg or my right leg, and my left leg it never returned. From here, it was where it innervates my spine, L3, L4. That part innervates this left quad. Luckily for me, that's why I say it's a God thing. That's the only part of the body in the spine that is innervated by more than one portion of the spine. So thankfully, this part of the quad is innervated by the section above it. So I was still able to move my function. Even though it was really weak, my hip flexors were gone, I could barely walk. I couldn't walk at first, and they were like, "Yo, dude, start with a walker." And so I started walking with a walker in the hospital, redoing it again, and started the VA health. Once I left the trauma center in them, I switched over to VA, and that was a shit show. Pardon my language.
You don't have TRICARE?
So I do.
Oh, okay.
Through the VA. So my family and them get that, but I go to the VA.
Okay.
Physical therapy, you mean?
For all of it.
Everything?
So going there, I was sitting there the first time when I left the hospital, they gave me a bottle of painkillers. And at first I was taking one to sleep 4 hours because I had extensive nerve damage, neuropathy, but it felt like if anything touched my skin, it was like you were peeling my skin back. Like if I rolled over at night, a blanket touched it. If my dog's hair brushed against it, it would light me up. And I couldn't even move. So imagine you just tweaked your back really bad. You can't like bend, move. Your kid wants you to pick you up. You can't. But I came out with a bottle of painkillers, and I was taking one to sleep 4 hours. And then before you know it, next couple of days, I'm taking 2 to sleep 2 hours. By the end of it, I've ate that whole bottle in like 5 or 6 days to just function. And my wife just looks at me and she's like, I know you're in pain. She's a nurse practitioner too. So she's really savvy about this. And I'm thankful she is. She's been a rock star through this whole thing. And she was a big reason that brought this to my attention because I didn't. She was like, this, I just want you to know, we got to, you got to get through this. But you also realize this is how it starts for really good guys. Like before you know it, this thing will have a hold of you, and she's like, we go keep taking. I'm not saying not to. I was like, you're right. Like, what I mean? I know guys like that. So I said, all right.
No, I'm one of them.
I'm like,
yeah, it's ferocious appetite for that stuff.
Yeah. I'm like, she's like, your personality.
Any team guy.
It's like,
any one of us in there, man. You throw that stuff in the mix, bro, it's on.
Yep. And I didn't realize that. I was just really trying to get rid of the pain, trying to dull it, trying to deal with like all. It wasn't working, so I was like, made a decision. I was like, all right, I agree. Like, I got a 2-year-old kid. Like he's my son. Like that's my whole reason I live for. Like I just was like done. So I went to a VA. Said I won't do this with pain pills. I need to see I want to seek referrals. My first neuro told me it'd be 18, 24 months. May never run again. You just gotta let the body heal. I'm like, yo, what's the protocol? Like, how do we win where I'm back 110%?
Yeah.
Where's the peptides? I'll do steroids. I can get them if you think it will help me. You know what I mean? Like, what do I do? Like, what's the diet? Like, what's these? How do I get the stem cells? You know about those? Like, all of these. He's like, you just gotta see what the body does and heals. Like, there's some stuff out there for vitamins and stuff, B12. I'm like, you're off the team, bro. Like, you're not there. My first PT shows up at my house and is teaching me how to do like toe raises or like telling me about stuff. I'm like, ma'am, let's work on this. How do I get this to fire? She's like, well, let's start here. She doesn't know nothing about the human body. I'm like, that's frustrating. After 2 sessions, I was like, you can leave. Like, you're fired. Another doctor. I went to my VA primary care. That didn't go well when I sat there and told her I didn't want to take a pain pill. I wanted to do, see pain intervention, all these things that we have, like acupuncture, all these. Like,
that's what I started doing, all that.
Let's look at this holistic approach to these resources. Like, okay, how about I just give you Valium, Percocet? I'll stack on the antidepressant. I'm like, no, let's not do that. And I wasn't in the right mindset. I probably shouldn't react the way I did. I didn't take it very well.
It's a pain mindset. It's different.
It's definitely like, it was like they were just stacking up loss after loss. And I'm like in a really dark spot because at that point we haven't been back to, my family never went back to the house. We're living in Airbnb. Like we moved, they never went back. I'm in an Airbnb. I can't walk hardly. My kid, can't pick my kid up. Can't bend over. I can't put on my own shoes. Like my wife we had to buy slip-ons for me to put on my shoes. And I was definitely in a really dark place and just kept getting this VA system of, here's another pill. I will stack it with an antidepressant. And it did not go over well. And I was like, fuck this, like I'll figure it out. And really, was at a low. And I remember sitting there. It's like embarrassing to say it. Not, watch my kid on his bike. He almost went out on the road and I couldn't get him. You know what I mean? And you're like, my kid stuff will get me choked up. That's why I don't want to talk about that. But sitting there just asking God, like, when do guys like me quit, I don't want my kid to ever think that or like, no, but just asking, like, when do guys like us like throw in the towel? Because I know guys that have, but I'm like, I'm not there, but I'm like, when do we? Because like I'm really bad, I I feel like I'm not useful or I can't be a father. You know, all the things that just run through your head 24/7. You're in pain. You're thinking about, like, I can't throw a ball with my kid. I can't play basketball. How did I teach him to hit a baseball? You know, he almost got hit by a fucking car. Like, and I'm trying to run after him. I can't even fucking get up. You know what I mean? Like, you get really, you're like, what's the cat? You know, where do guys like me just switch it off? And it was a shitty time, you know. And then, thankfully, that next day I got my buddy said I was trying to get referrals. I couldn't get a referral from my primary care. My buddy, who's another team guy, who was on team with me overseas, I was like, I'm trying to get to Vanderbilt sports medicine. He's like, no, go see this guy. And he's a PT. He's like, this is what you're looking for. Because I'm like over there doing all the research, like ChatGPT and this, Gary Brecka and this, because I can't do pain pills. And everything's saying, like, you need a really knowledgeable PT, like red light therapy, grounding. That's what I was doing. I was grounding while outside when I couldn't get my kid. So it's like, do grounding, all these things. So I'm like, okay, that's what I'm doing. And he referred me to Dr. Trent Nessler with the athlete lab out of Franklin, and that guy probably saved my life. I walked in and I could barely walk because I was not having a crutch or anything, and this leg was not working really. Like, I'd left the hospital using a walker and I just stopped using the walker. And I walked in and I was causing more issues, compensating.
Yeah.
So I'm in like pain on my right pelvis now. I'm not doing good. And he looks at me, he's like, okay, well, wait, this fired on your leg or something. I saw that twitch. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, we can build that back. I'm like, that's the first thing someone's positive said since I left the trauma center, you know, about winning this thing. And I was like, we got to. Like, this is where I'm going back to 100%. Like, that became the mindset. I knew that would be the goal since the beginning. But just going through a bunch of no's, or a bunch of these surgeons that are like way smarter than me, just saying, good luck, there is no protocol, or that's chickens, or what one of them was like, that's chicken bones and might as well spread blood on the ground, toss chicken bones on the ground, dance. Like, before that stuff works, like peptides and stem cells. And I'm like,
That stuff works.
yeah, I know. And so Dr. Nessler got me on the table and he's like, we got to work on your gait, just focus on one thing. And he's like, bro, you can do this. And you know, and just fixing my gait, even though it's painful, he's like, it'll be painful now, but if you walk like you do this, it will get less painful. If you keep doing a certain thing with your leg, you're creating more issues. And literally I walked out there with a stride again, whereas it was painful, but it was like a plan. I'm like, okay. Like, I literally laid there on the table and just started crying, like thankful, you know. Like, I was like, you're on my team, we're doing this, you agree with me. Yeah. You know what I mean? It was like
Tell me his name again.
Dr. Trent Nessler
In Franklin,
Tennessee.
A lot of great people coming out of that town these days.
It's the athlete lab, and
That's where you go.
Since I've been there, I've seen people with worse injuries than I am, that are like, he's got the recipe and the knowledge. Like,
all right, you guys, y'all listen. This is where, look this dude up.
This dude, he's like a black belt in BJJ.
Oh, he's legit.
He looks like he's like 55. Looks better than any 35-year-old.
So he looks the part.
He looks the part, walks the talk. You know,
nice. That's a good find,
like,
bro.
He's became like a mentor, a friend, a close friend. Like, he's just that kind of guy. Like, spiritually, you know, because I just now started to go walk the spiritual journey, you know, after through this, and like, that guy's been like, hey, dude, you know.
That's how the Almighty works, man.
It's crazy. But
Usually wrapped up in something you're not expecting.
Yep. And that started the catalyst. So, like, he was the first piece of my puzzle, because everything I found, you need, you know, 3 things. You need PT that knows what they're doing, a really good neuro if you're going to touch it or anything.
Yeah.
Or you need a stagger of peptides, diet, and stem cells.
Stem cells.
Were the only, you know, the only chance I had.
I hit all 3 of those.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Me too. I ended up, Core Medical stepped in. A guy I didn't even know, Sid Gordon. I was on team, another SF dude I knew from 15 years ago. He's getting out. Got on with this nonprofit, Core Medical. I'm laying in bed. I'm in the ICU talking to a dude in the unit who talks to him. And all of a sudden I get a call. What's going on, dude? I was like, I don't know. And my wife is staying at her sister's house. We're trying to get an Airbnb. I don't know what's going on so much. They're trying to come back for the hospital. And I'm like, I don't know. I can't find an Airbnb. Like, I don't know. I'm delighted over here. And we got you, dude. You know, Matt stepped in and they stepped in and got the first Airbnb taken care of, doing like the research on like, where's the safest areas in this area? Whatever the cost is, let's get them in a nice away from stuff in a safe area. Instantly, they stepped up. And then as a thank you, when I got out of the hospital, I drove 7 hours to South Carolina for one of their events. I spoke at it as a appreciation, a fundraiser they were having, like 2.5 weeks out of the hospital.
Oh my gosh.
And I had to drive across because I could stop when I needed to, because I couldn't fly. I was too scared to fly, like if it started going to bad pain. And funny, as an appreciation, token my appreciation, how grateful I was for them. And they do peptides and everything like that, and TRT. And they've been involved with me intimately ever since. But in the crowd, there was a man who was a CEO of a stem cell company, RejuvStem. He heard me speak and goes, that dude needs stem cells. I got you. And literally, John Marola and RejuvStem, they instantly stepped up, and they were like, we timed it with the peptides in the PT to peak like 4 months out from injury to get my body to like, okay, you need this much to make sure you're optimized.
Yeah.
And went down there.
It's definitely in its infancy stage, but it's fundamentally it's working.
Game changer.
Yeah, game changer. It's like putting your body back into a garage and putting superchargers back on it and just.
It took away the pain, like where I could wear jeans again. I would walk around with my pants rolled up, like I couldn't touch anything. And it's weird because in my mind, that's not injured. Why is this hurting? Or in the muscle, like deteriorated. There's a whole thing.
Yeah.
So we were fighting like neuropathy and all of that stuff as we're delaying it with the peptides, and until we got stem cells on board. Took away the pain. I got feeling back here. I still have numbness on the inner thigh.
Oh, you'll get it back.
Yeah, they're going to bring me back at 6 months to do it again because it was so well of a treatment. I ran an 8 30-minute mile pace last week.
What?
Dang. Yeah. Oh my
Bro, I didn't even run that in the teams. Give me some of that.
I did. I just made it my... Because I enjoyed running, but I was getting away from it. And that's what part of the unhealthy thing I was doing. I was getting so obsessive in work and like realizing you got to have fitness and stuff like that, or you're not.
You got a PT.
Got to. And when you're putting it off as a second nature, I got to get this work done, or I got to do this. Or once you have a new kid too, like I don't have so many hours in a day, so I can play with him for this much. The gym will wait, or this, you'll give an excuse, and it.
That's why you get up early.
Yeah, and then stay up late, and then the kid wakes up early. He was a great kid though, so we didn't have a bad thing, but that was part of it too. And I was like, man, I want to get back. I need to get back to like 7:30, where and so that's why I kind of made a point, especially because one of the docs told me I may never run again, or it may take 18-24. So I like took all these things he would say to me, and I made it like a personal, like, okay,
sure,
you're wrong, and they don't.
That happens to team guys when you tell them they can't do something. When we're limited by ourselves, if you say that to them, then it's like, hey man, my job is to prove you wrong.
Right. It became like it became like this whole thing for me, which I'm thankful for. That's why all this going through this is great. It'll make me a better human. Like, I don't know what would happen if I didn't. Yeah,
of course.
Like that's what's.
Oh, yeah, die on the inside probably.
Yep, and that's what I'm thinking. It brought putting my family back to church. Like things I wanted to do that I was just going through emotions not doing. Or, it really brought in the realization, what's important, like, why aren't you focused on this? Or, like, if this is not got a purpose, change it. Like, what are we doing? Like, you're sitting here doing, and I expected at some point in my life, like, it was weird. I didn't think I'd make it at 30. I figured I'd be like this in Walter Reed. It was not being in Walter Reed, being like here. Like, that sucks, So it was like, this is kind of like, not karma, but a way to say, hey, you're meant to do something else.
Yeah. So what is that?
I don't know. I'm thinking
What
about
do you got going on now?
transition to out of home building, doing something that's focused on leadership development and like possibly something to do that gives back and gives purpose to others and helps them out too.
Bro, man, our guys have developed so many programs, like Lenig's program, where you just go in that exact thing. They train you up, give you the places to go. They send you out, just like a team. It's like a team environment.
Right.
Yeah.
Basically, now you got street creds plus your background in the military, man.
Yeah, Lenig would be a great person to connect him with.
Yeah, there's from across the board, from greenie beanies all the way over to the frogs. Everybody has something going on, and it's getting better and better. I mean, we're actually coming back together.
Right.
Like our division of service, the GWATs, like we just got separated when they sent us out, and now everyone's developed their own programs and kind of pulling it back together. And that's a force to be reckoned with for sure.
You have a crazy story.
Yeah.
The
Thanks for
fact
telling
that that happened in Nashville blows my mind. I mean, that they opened fire and continued shooting into your house.
It is really crazy. It's definitely crazy that it happened in Nashville, but I think that's the way society, it's going right now. At least in Nashville, I can speak on that. There's definitely a distinct rise in things like these happening. For whatever reason, I'm not exactly sure, but I know there is a lot of things that came out that I just happened to be like. One of the things that stuck with me, I was laying in the hospital that Saturday, and there was a story that came across the news. A 4-year-old was shot and killed. Similar situation across town. And that's why I always thought, did that dad not know what to do, or did he not know how to, manage the chaos, or, did he not switch on? I don't know if everyone would switch on or how that goes. At first it's like reaction, that becomes training.
Yeah.
Like, I always think that, and that's why I think if you're doing something to like train people or give them back a mindset or a way to get there.
You should start like a complete revamp of Neighborhood Watch. Like some sort of really tactical.
The minute they rolled in there, they were dead.
Remember when we were kids, Neighborhood Watch, like there were signs, back then it was landlines, different people would call houses. Now there could be a whole new level of Neighborhood Watch.
That's why I went originally too for Green Hat Defense. It was to do that because what sparked that was seeing that kid, hearing that story and wondering, did they not know what to do? But also my HOA's like knee-jerk reaction was they went out, had an emergency meeting. 5 days later, getting a camera in, it can read license plate. Oh yeah, guess what? 5 days after that, 2 doors down, neighbor got his truck stolen.
That's a great idea, is develop a program like these guys have where you go into a neighborhood, get the neighborhood together, first introduce the neighborhood to each other in case they don't know each other, and develop a neighborhood watch protocol for the entire neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost doing like a TVA for a community or subdivision.
Yeah, just like that.
On subdivision.
Hell, you're trained in that.
Yeah, I know. So that's what...
Already.
I started down the road of Green Hat Defense for that.
What's it called?
Green Hat Defense.
Okay, I gotta check.
Green Hat Defense.
Yeah. And so that would be just seeing my neighborhood, and hopefully it helps somebody else, or seeing my neighborhood, what they did. I'm like, that's in effect. I mean,
you could do medical training. You could tell them where their weak points are. Just what we do. The whole protocol list, just give it to them. It's almost like our backstory was training for when we get into our neighborhoods. Like, hey, everybody, this is what we need to do to make this place safe and to keep all the riffraff out.
Right. Yeah, because I had an IFAC there. I was trying to get my wife to give me a fentanyl lollipop. I'm like, get the fentanyl. Get the fentanyl.
Tape it to my hand.
Yeah.
Stay out of the way.
Yeah. And thankful I had that stuff, but I don't think a lot of people know that or are aware how real it is.
Yeah.
I could tell it happens. I mean, my wife would never in a million years think that happened to us. And I'm the guy who's ready.
Yeah.
Like, got in my nightstand.
I would never in a million years think it would happen to you either. Like to anybody in a regular neighborhood where you even hear, about drive-by shootings and that kind of stuff, but this was an intentional shooting through the house, continuing to shoot.
Oh, no.
Open fire into a house where they know someone is in. That's just bizarre.
It's definitely, and they're 19-year-old kids that don't have, and it's not even them. It starts with their parents. Those kids are, but most of them have felonies prior to 18. They're sealed that we can't use with deadly weapons.
That's
like the writing's on the wall. This kid, if he gets picked up on this one, there'll be another one in 6 months. Like,
Well, let's just start training to prevent that.
Yeah.
That's where your step. Man, it sounds to me like that's where you need to go with it.
definitely.
The Almighty's pointing you in a direction. No, who better to teach than somebody who's been through it?
Right. That's what I feel too. I think I can help other people in that. It really has purpose, you know. Like if I saved one in our family from going through that, then
Well, good job, man.
it's a win.
Yeah.
Saving your family, and thanks for coming on here and telling that story, man.
Are you on social media or anything where people can follow what's going on with you?
Yeah, I'm on social media.
Is it keypad?
It ain't cute. Maybe it will be. I'm gonna change it to hashtag. Yeah, I'm on social media.
I'm taking your name, you little bitch.
Right? Oh, I know. You wish you could see him. I wish I could get in a gunfight.
No, because it just pissed me off.
Yeah.
If I
That's the guy I
saw
haven't
him.
seen yet. I haven't seen him. We went to our first arraignment, but not him. But I'll see him one day.
Oh, dude, sit
catch
there, right behind him in the courtroom, just
catch
and, like
up.
whisper in his ear, blowing. Yeah. You know how we do to intimidate? Dude, just bring it all back.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Tell me your name on social media. How can people follow you?
Instagram's like KALOB CREIGHTON. You can find me easily. Facebook, similar. I just recently changed them over because while we were in, I didn't even have my real name on there.
Check.
But yeah, it's KALOB CREIGHTON. You can
And
find
we'll tag that.
Yeah.
Oh my
thank
gosh.
you, brother, man.
Thank
God
you
bless
for
you, brother.
coming on.
Thanks for being strong.
No, thank you guys. Thank you for calling me. You called me when I
Yeah.
was in a dark spot, man. And you called me or laughed. It made me laugh. Like literally,
That's what we do.
it was good. And
That's the only way you can get us out of that.
you cheer me up. You really did. I really do appreciate you doing that. Like
Yeah.
you had no idea.
That's the recipe. If you can't go in hitting them with the positive stuff, you got to come in the back door and go that crazy route to get our guys out of that funk.
You did. You're like, man, get that shit framed, brother. Get that shit framed.
Yeah, right?
I got a buddy who's got it. You should do it. I'm like,
Dude, can't
well,
believe
this
it, man.
dude's telling me this. Like, I ain't got shit to bitch about. Like,
Dude, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Man, that's the best story I've heard in a long time. It like made me happy.
right?
It's like, is he still alive? He's like, yeah. I was like, oh, I got to call him, dude.
Who was it that told you about him?
Dude, I don't even remember how you ran up on my radar. I can't remember now.
Were you down in Mexico for someone getting kniving in or something?
Yeah.
Was it that? Maybe it was through, Bo Doodley.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So I think Bo was down.
That's his book right there.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think him.
The poet.
Huh?
We call him the
poet.
poet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poet.
Yeah, he was down there with another guy who I'm friends with back home, and so they got me connected because like, you should talk to the SEAL.
Hey, if you ever need to go down south, man.
To
Yeah.
do
I mean, you're sounding
game.
really good, but it's a thing. It just get you better.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. That's what we're doing. I'm in the process.
Because it's a game changer.
I'm in the process of going through that whole like.
So yeah, I was just about to say that, man. With the peptides, the stem cells, like I became like part of that little package.
Oh yeah.
And once you get all of that inside of you, man, it's a game changer.
This whole thing might be too fresh, though. We might need to wait.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
a
It's
little
not no
while.
rush, man. It's like you'll know.
Oh no, I'm ready to go.
You'll know.
No, I'm definitely.
Yeah, I was about to say, team guys, like let's do it right now, right now, today.
Pull it out. How do we do this?
Let's do this. All right, cool, man. Great job, brother.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.
This is the Team Never Quit podcast. So buckle up, Buttercup.